Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is hopefully going to be a short video on the elements of harmony. Just exactly what do they do? Well, obviously, the first thing we know about the elements of harmony is that they are the most powerful magic in Equestria. What does that mean? Depends on how you define power. If you define power as the ability to blow holes in walls, then no, I think you're probably disappointed with the elements of harmony, because I think that's what they exactly don't do. The main purpose and function of the elements of harmony is not to blow holes in walls and things, it is to transform characters. But this can be the greatest power of all, because the old saying is the best way to destroy your enemy is to make them your friend. And honestly, that's exactly what the elements of harmony do, with the one exception of the first time we hear about them being used by Celestia when she first uses them on Nightmare Moon / Luna, instead of transforming her back to the nice, kind, loving Luna that we see in the second episode to, well, instead she gets sent to the moon for 1,000 years. I have a feeling this is because perhaps Celestia looks pretty mad and angry when she's using them, and perhaps the elements of harmony reject her, which is perhaps the next question is, why do the elements of harmony split into these 5 separate pieces when apparently Celestia was able to use them by herself? I think this is sort of a wand chooses the wizard kind of a thing, while as before, the Celestia stood for the elements of harmony, but now in sort of her almost anger and the fact that she couldn't resolve something with her own sister is a very unharmonious thing for a leader of her position to not be able to do. So perhaps the elements of harmony reject her and say, no, we're not going to support you anymore, and then they split into 6 parts, and which also explains why Celestia is separated from the elements of harmony, and the main 6 basically have to take over. But anyway, back to the original topic, I guess, that the elements of harmony are not a laser, they're not a weapon, they're a force for change. For Nightmare Moon, they turn her back to basically Luna for Discord instead of outright killing him, which in a way would have been the right thing to do, considering that Discord is basically the antithesis of, well, the whole of Equestria. But, of course, this being My Little Pony, they can't do that. They basically have to lock him away and put him basically in jail until they can sort of convince him to use his powers for good instead of evil, which in the My Little Pony world is simply to create disharmony and discord and basically to hurt other people. Now, the only time we would have seen the elements of harmony been used as a weapon would have been during Canterlot Wedding, but we don't get to see them in this mode because the changelings, well, kick everyone's butt, including Celestia, the Royal Guard, and the main 6, and bummer. It would have been interesting to sort of see what would have happened to the changelings if the main 6 had been able to get to the elements of harmony. Would they have just simply knocked them all out? Would it have changed them or altered them in some way? Would it have made them into ponies? Or would the same exact thing happen, that we would have emitted a giant energy shield and just flung all the changelings to Kingdom Come? Or perhaps some point in the future. But yeah, it would have been interesting to see what would have happened in that mode. But no, the elements of harmony are not a laser. They're not a weapon. If you shot the elements of harmony at a wall, it wouldn't burn a hole in the wall. It would alter or change the wall in some way, which, again, is a very My Little Pony thing to do, because, again, that was, in my opinion, the whole thing with Canterlot Wedding. This was not going to be something that was going to be resolved through military force by punching, kicking, shooting lasers and things. That was not the point of that story. It had to be resolved by, the love and the main 6 and everything, and that, yeah, the military was not going to save them in this case, which is a shame, because it would have been cool to have seen the Royal Guard be actually strong. But yeah, so that's my hopefully short video on the elements of harmony. Blue Star out.